Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, best place for long-term stock investors. Now we are going to do something a little bit different this round. We'll be talking about the most hated man in the world. Certainly a huge interest in him right now, Mr. Andrew Tate. Someone that I've actually been personally following for like 4 years now. And although he's not really in the stock investing space per se, we do find that there's a lot of interesting that he says, that a lot of learning lessons that we can learn from. And we want to share with you what they are. Hey guys, before we begin, just to let you know, we have a totally free masterclass just for you to sign up for in the comment section or the description, where we will guide you on how you can build a 6 to 7 figure portfolio using the power of stock investing. Go check it out. Okay, some context about Mr. Andrew Tate is that he is a former kickboxer. I think he's a 4 times champion, something like that.
Yeah.
He claims to be a millionaire. He has a lot of Bugattis, you know.
Yeah.
At least 2 or 3, you know. And then he has this philosophy where, you know, like you make money to spend it. So he's very good at making money.
Yes.
But he also wants to spend it and buy watches. So they say, why save it up right until your old age? He is also the world's most hated man, as I said earlier on. Now, actually, in many ways, he's also very well loved as well, right? And we'll talk a little bit about later on. But for the Matrix, right? He is someone who really gets you to understand that what you think is normal is actually not good for you. You want to share a little bit more about this?
Right. So I believe before he got cancelled in Facebook or even everywhere, basically Twitter or YouTube, right? He does his digital marketing. So he preach this thing called the Matrix.
Yes.
So I mean, this is just his way of explaining things to his audience. The Matrix is basically the information that is displayed out by the media or maybe even other people, maybe even friends or family, and basically how does one perceive that particular message, right?
Yeah.
They just like perceive as it is. They didn't really have any independent thought.
Right.
So hence there's a kept thought inside your mind that you are trapped inside the matrix, that you think that it is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. So for example, so let's say that I'm trying to think of a example. Okay, so let's say the media display that Andrew Tate is a bad guy. So then everybody starts to think that he is a bad guy.
Because people will think like, well, if every media platform says that he is bad, they must be right.
Yeah. So this actually basically what it tells us that if you cannot escape the matrix, right, means you cannot really have an independent thought. You don't really have like your own thought process to even like filter and think about this kind of thing. So basically that is what the matrix is all about, lah.
Right. And you guys want to really get a sense of who he is. You know, there's a 5-hour interview by Patrick David, PBD.
Yeah.
Very, very insightful. I've been following Tate since 2018, so I'm not surprised that he has blown up.
Right.
He used to do it on Twitter under this profile called Mr. Plenty. Yes. Okay, so how does this apply to stocks, right? Actually, what's the first lesson, Jonathan?
Okay, so I think the first part, I'll say the first hour of the podcast, if you watch the podcast, right, he mentioned a lot about the world is being manipulated to a certain extent, and I completely agree with it. I mean, you can tell from our politics in locally, even overseas also, everywhere is like being manipulated. So how does this apply to stocks? Because stocks not only in Bursa Malaysia that is manipulated to a certain extent. Actually, in the US also, it is also there's a certain limit of limitation. Like for example, the GME stocks.
Exactly, the meme stocks.
The meme stocks and all the stuff. So market in general has always been manipulated. You just need to know how to play the game only, lah. That's how I just put it.
Exactly. And one group of people that is responsible for this is definitely the media.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. So usually the news, when they display something on the news, right, people will just straight away look at the headlines. They didn't even read at the body of the content. So when they say the thing is bad, they just perceive that, okay, things are really bad. But who knows, maybe in the content then they say that it is bad maybe for the short term. Maybe in the long term it will be like, we'll see a better light or something like that. So, and another thing is that the media is not always right. So there is instances that when we even research about stocks and we discover that the media say certain things that is bad about them, but actually in their facts or even data, they prove that the media is actually wrong. So that is where you need to do like a lot of fact checking and not only just rely solely on just listening to the media.
Right.
Especially basing on their headlines only. I think that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. And people have to understand that the media is also a business, right? And so, somehow in the past, I could be wrong, but in the past, the media has a much more focused core of like we had to report the facts, But today is we need the ad revenue. So the way we get ad revenue is by generating traffic.
Yes.
So we have to be very creative with the type of content that we put out, and we have to even overstate a lot of things typically.
Exactly. And hence, this is where clickbait is born.
Clickbait, yeah. We are. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
We are that also.
Yes.
And all this actually ties into the next point as well, which is emotions, right? So the whole idea of the media is there to, not the whole idea, right? But a big chunk of their goal is to get you emotional. So you react to their posts, you react to their video, you comment and things like that. And this will be for the next segment. So we'll see you in the next segment. Alright guys, if you didn't know, we have a one-on-one mentorship program where you can apply for, where we level up your stock investing based on tailor-made solutions. If you're interested, you need to apply. Not all of you all will get into an interview. It's only 20% of you all will do it, and even fewer will get to hop on the program. But if you're confident that you can qualify, you can click on the link and fill in your details in the comment section or the description. I think the third thing that Andrew Tate can teach us definitely about the stock market is to never be emotional about people criticizing your stock picks. I find this to be really, really important, especially with the media, right? Because the media can always, and when I say media, I don't just mean the mainstream media, right? It can be social media, can be, a blog or whatever. And whatever stock you pick, right, there will always be someone who has the opposite view.
Exactly.
And sometimes they will critique it, and they may critique it in a way that is maybe not so nice as well. Right? And I think Andrew Tate did mention this very important bit. He says that if you cannot control your emotions, someone can control you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that you actually pointed it out really rightfully about him. So that is where also I learned how I actually got his message, and then I use it to apply in stocks. Is that if you're so emotionally attached to your stock picks, right, and you don't want to hear any bad critics about your stock picking, you only want to hear the good things, right, that wouldn't actually make you a good investor, because you're not hearing both sides of the coin. Because you, like for example, like the glove stocks.
Oh, that's a big one, yeah.
Who is it, idea? Which analyst that published the Big Short? Was it the
Michael Burry?
No, not Michael Burry. Who actually called that the glove is going to go down?
Was it either Maybank or like JP Morgan?
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan, right?
Yeah. So JP Morgan did like, 150 pages of why they are shorting the glove stocks, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people got triggered. And they even call out like names on JP Morgan. They say like, right, they are wrong. Yeah. Even I myself also at that point of time, also I was like quite emotional. So because attacking my stock. So, and guess what happened? I mean,
we all know what happened. No, it's not guess what happened, guess what's happening.
Right? Exactly.
So I think that's a fantastic example, right, of not being emotional, glove stocks, right, guys. So if it's a wrong decision, to cut is not a wrong thing, right?
Yes.
Number 4, if you lose money, it means you make a mistake somewhere, and do not blame others. This is really, really important. Now, I think it's a bit more nuanced, right? Because there are certain scenarios where, things outside your control actually cause your investments to go back, right? Like, for example, COVID. So, like Warren Buffett, I think he made the right decision to invest in airline companies.
Because they are consolidating.
They were consolidating and things like that. But he also didn't predict COVID.
Yeah.
So on one hand, yes, you can attribute blame, or at least you describe, or you call out, what's the right word? You look at things outside of your circumstance and your actions and say that affects you. That's a fact, right? It affects. But after that, you cannot say that, well, everything is the external fault, right? Because you have to make a decision. Things has happened, not in your control. What is in your control to buy or sell?
Yeah. If things are in your control and you still get mad because you lose money, I mean, you deserve to lose money. I mean, you cannot blame anyone but yourself. And that is basically the message that is directly from Andrew Tate himself. He mentioned that if you are not doing well, means somewhere you are actually not doing the right thing. Exactly. And you shouldn't blame anyone, not even, you shouldn't blame anyone but yourself. Yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
That's very true. If you're enjoying the video so far, remember to like, comment, subscribe, click on the notification bell so that whenever new videos pop, you know it fresh. Now, the last one is surround yourself in the right social network.
Yeah. So, a funny fact is that how he actually showed this point, right, is he had I believe he and his best friend, I cannot remember what is the name of his best friend. So there's actually this gang of guys who actually appeared in front of his house because one of the gang is actually Andrew Tate's ex-boyfriend. Girlfriend's ex-boyfriend.
Oh, okay.
So he got jealous and pissed . He just want to fight with them only . So they brought hammers, and then they were actually really very angry and ready to just gang fight with Tate already. And then he just said that you know what, why are you hitting out on my girl or something like that. And then they just say, okay, if you just say sorry, then we just go away. Andrew Tate didn't back down. He just stared at them and then he says, no, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not doing anything wrong also. I mean, she came to me, and then his best friend came from behind and said, hey, why don't you just say sorry to him? I mean, then they would just go away . And then Andrew Tate got so pissed, he turned around and he just whacked his best friend hardcore, So basically the best friend straight away knocked out already. And then when the gang they saw this incident happen, right, they just shout, they just run away . And then that is basically his message is that if you have this sort of friend, he's not even backing you up and he's trying to please the enemy, right? You shouldn't have this kind of people in your social network.
That's very true,
Right? But that is a pretty interesting bit when I was listening to him explaining.
Maybe you don't have to punch him, right?
You don't have to punch him.
But you can definitely not, hang out with him anymore.
Exactly.
Right? I think that's very true because, we do fundamental investing. And in this, in the globe, right, actually, up to today, I still find it surprising that a lot of people actually do not believe in fundamental investing, where they believe, I did all the work and then, the stock goes down 15%. Therefore, fundamental or value investing is bad. So I'm going to do technical, I'm going to try it, whatever.
Right.
And that is a shame. Now, as a fundamental investor, you have to recognize that there are people like that. And in fact, it's probably a majority. And there are even closet value of, fundamental investors. And so you have to be very, clear, like that friend, right? He's a closet friend, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you need to be very clear on who you hang out with that have your back and actually believe in what you believe in as well. So you can create your tribe. So I know this because Andrew Tate, I'm not sure whether he's still active, but he has this thing called a war room.
Okay.
So this war room is a place where people talk about trading and also people talk about, just create a tribe . And so there's the Tate tribe and things like that. And you want to build your own tribe so that they back you up no matter what. And they need to believe, because I think when it comes to investing, right, every strategy, and we did a video on growth investing, right, earlier in the week. So every strategy has periods where it doesn't make money and periods where it makes money. So what happens is a lot of people think they're very smart, so they can just hop around these different strategies. But in reality, it's very difficult. Like, how do you know which to hop to and when?
Yeah.
So what you need is to be consistent in that strategy. You take the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And what can help you do that is your tribe.
Yeah, exactly.
To help you push through all this.
I mean, just imagine like Warren Buffett circle of friends. Suddenly there's a one out of blue, there's a technical analysis.
Yeah, exactly.
Came in there and say, hey, I want to join you.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, what? This doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
What about the business? Why are you looking at numbers and charts? Yeah. So
exactly.
that's
very, very true.
Yeah.
So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. I know some of y'all like watching this may not be a fan of Andrew Tate. I'm not saying that you have to be a fan.
Yeah.
Certainly my point of view is that he says a lot of right things in the wrong way. And that's something to be fixed. And to be fair, also in the PBD podcast, he did say that that's something he needed to fix also. But I think some of the core messages is something that, if you took away like the fact that he was Andrew Tate and the fact that he was the most hated man in the world, and you only see it for what it is, it's hard to disagree.
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Hard to disagree.
Actually, to me, how I see Andrew Tate is just another Tony Robinson.
Tobin Robbins, yeah.
Yeah, Tobin Robbins. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Go watch some of our other videos. Follow us on our social media channels like Instagram, Telegram, and all that. And we will see you in the next video.